All right. Right now, I only have one speaker card, but if there's any member of the public here who'd like to comment on today, on the budget today, fill out a card and bring it forward. Just wave your hand so I know that you're out there. No? Okay. Then Mr. Previn, come on up. And then after Mr. Previn, we'll be ready to proceed in order. So the city attorney will follow Mr. Previn if the city attorney's office is ready to go. Otherwise, I see our controller. We can go with the controller if the city attorney's not ready. Mr. Previn, welcome.
Good morning. It is Eric Previn from CD2, and that was an interesting presentation from the city clerk. Obviously, they have been helping out with the Neighborhood Council, Department of Neighborhood Empowerment elections, which nothing has been resolved. Regarding the city attorney, of course, I would like to comment on the city attorney and the city controller later, but now I will take this 2-minute block, which may be the only block given the draconian rules in which you can only comment on one thing. I will simply talk about the transit occupancy tax revenue monthly status report, which was in the budget documents, is relevant to this budget. And it's great news because we are increasing our expectations to a substantial amount. $240-something million is going to be what we're expecting in transit occupancy taxes. To refresh the memory, this is a tax. It's about 13% and 1%, 14 total, that comes to the city for people who stay in hotel rooms. Obviously, we're expecting great numbers. 1.8 billion is the big number, and that gives us at the percentage something like 240 million. The Office of Finance that we heard from yesterday, Claire Bartels, collects these taxes, and then the public flows them into the general fund mostly. In some cases, we have had problems, and then we have to sue them, like in the case of Sportsmen's REW LLC in my district. He finally agreed to settle at 1.1 million down from 1.6, a $500,000 reduction, and started making payments. We've asked, and this is an important bit of California law, to see that he has been making payments ongoing, like a good citizen following a problem, which is appropriate. Just like a prisoner would be on probation, you have to check in. And yet we have received no information from the Office of Finance. They are alleging that there's a city code that preempts the California Public Record Act, which obviously comes as a great surprise to those of us in California. And we would love to see a writing from Michael Dundas, the city attorney who is charged with these matters, expressly. And I can only say that the budget hearings are an important time for getting the fiscal house in order. And to reject a public inquiry like this feels completely improper. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Mr. Previn, just for clarification of the process, by the way, you are not limited to one topic per day. You're limited to 2 minutes per day. You can speak about as many topics as you'd like. The one topic that's on our agenda is the budget. So as long as it's within the context of the budget, you can speak about any department you'd like. You will have 2 minutes per day. We will have about 13 days of hearing. So you will have nearly 30 minutes of time to provide your comments about the entire city budget. So you're not being limited in any way. In fact, you're getting 13 times as much time as the Brown Act would require you to have. So just wanted to clarify that for the record. Thank you, sir. We're not in a dialogue. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're not in a dialogue. The controller will be next. Sit down, please. We don't have back and forth discussions. I'd like to ask the controller to come up next, please.